So, Batman the Man Who Laughs. One of the most modernized retellings of Joker's first appearance. I'm not talking about Joker's origin, I'm talking about his first appearance, his first run in with Batman. In comics, because there's plenty of that in other media. So it starts off with Gordon arriving at a crime scene. If you've seen the final scene in Cape Crusader where Joker's testing out his Joker Venom, and all the crooked smiles. That's pretty much what the scene looks like, except they're much deader for a long time. So yeah, he heads into it and meets up with Batman, who explains to him that they've been dead for a month, and that this is most likely just the beginning. Then we cut to the next day, where Bruce is meeting up with Henry Cowledge. He's trying to get Bruce on board with this whole business venture, but Bruce is like, could barely care less. And then a news report for Arkham Asylum's reopen appears. And then the news reporter dies from Joker venom, and Joker appears and is like, hey, I'm going to kill Henry Cowledge. And by the way, hello, I am your madman for the evening. So I'm going to kill Henry Cowledge, and then I'll go on some more killing sprees. So bye. And he kills the cameraman, and Bruce rushes off to the crime scene before the police could get there, so he can have first dibs on the evidence. And so it cuts to the police being there, but Bruce had already been there. So he already got the evidence. So now all that's left is to check on Henry Cowledge, and Gordon, well, wait, no, Gordon goes into the asylum, meets up with Batman, who says that Joker was waiting in the asylum and had a poem written, and it pretty much is like, I'm going to take everyone down with me. That's the Cliff Notes version of the poem. Like, I go down, you're all going down with me. So that cuts to Gordon at a press conference, who is pretty much just trying to reassure the press that we're trying our best to protect this guy, but we can't make promises. Apparently, there's a new commissioner after Loeb, that before Gordon became commissioner. So that's cool. That cuts to Henry Cowledge's apartment, and like Gordon's trying to convince him to actually take the situation seriously, and he's like trying to play it off like he's not serious. He's not gonna kill me. No, no. But his nervous laughter pretty much hints that he's actually scared shitless about it. And then Batman shows up and he's like, well, no. And then midnight happen, and Couch's like, see? It was all a joke. Then Batman shows up, and College is dead because Joker had already put poison into his body. And initially the cops are like, whoa, Gordon, that's Batman. We have to bring him in. So if you haven't like seen the ending of Year One, it's most likely right after Year One. So like Gordon and Batman have established their partnership, but so the cops aren't exactly thrilled with Batman, but they're like, well, as long as the guy's helping, you might as well bring him along. Which is weird because Year One ended in December, and it doesn't even look like it's snowing. So who knows? Continuity is just kind of more of a advisement rather than a truly thing to be followed. And then Gordon gets a call saying that, a bunch of inmates from the insane penitentiary, because Arkham has been closed and it's reopening the week after this. So there's just like a different place all the insane people go. And Joker apparently walked in, killed everyone, and released all of them. So Batman deals with that, and then we go to the crime scene of what happened. And if you wondered where Joker just not like looking at the bodies he's shooting at in the Dark Knight came from, it came from this. So after this, Bruce goes home and tries to figure out how Carnage died, and I've already revealed it. It was a time release poison in his body, already in there. And while this happens, Joker releases a new TV broadcast because the news broadcasts, he killed them to get their news fans so he could just release whenever he's going to cause mayhem in the future. So he broadcasts a new broadcast, and he's like, "So Gordon and Batman were enough to stop me. What are you gonna do? But hey, don't let it get down, guys. You might have a chance with this next victim." I just read it and I seriously forgot most of the characters' names. Mr. Wild, Jay Wild, is the next victim, and so Batman gives a hint to Gordon that, hey, it was a time release poison. That's how Carnage died. And so Gordon gives Jay Wild numerous tests, try and check if he has poison, but no, he doesn't. And the main complaint Gordon is having about this night is because there's news choppers in the air, and one of them decides to come in for an extra exclusive shot of Jay Wild's death, a little bit too close for comfort, and crashes into the yard. And then Joker cuts the power and shoots everyone in the room, but Batman shows up and flashbangs everyone because Joker was wearing night vision glasses, so Joker would have been completely blinded by the flashbang. And Joker, as soon as he sees Batman, he's like, "You? Oh, I should have realized it was you. Like, why wouldn't it be you?" Batman will have to think about that later. But then Joker gets out of his restraint when Batman realizes that Joker hit Jay Wild with a poisoned bullet. So Batman failed and Joker escapes. This is when Batman begins to wonder what the heck the Joker's motive is. And why he's trying to figure it out. He goes to the Ace Chemicals in disguise and learns that the chemicals, if go onto the skin, the hair turns green and the skin turns white. And so he thinks back to the Red Hood case and he's like, huh, hmm, that may be a problem. That's not exactly how he says it, but he's like, huh. So that might be the reason why Red Hood is so interested in this. That Joker's so interested in killing people who directly were involved with Ace Chemicals because that's what the two rich guys were involved in. That's the big connecting dot. And so while Batman's trying to figure out the an antidote to the poison and also trying to search out for the sewers, Gordon's relaxing in the office because he can't go home yet because he has work to do. Batman doesn't find anything in the sewers. He finds the tracking device he placed on Joker to figure out if there's anything he can find. No, but some plans for the old reservoir of Gotham. And so while Batman's trying to figure out an antidote to the poison, Joker brings out a new broadcast because he had taken a break for the day, for one day, and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill two people tonight. This random nobody and Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. This completely throws Batman off his detective game because he's like, wait, why is he targeting me? I have nothing to do with ice chemicals. So he writes off the Red Hood like revenge plot thing. And is now in police custody, but he has to figure out a way out of it so he can go do Batman things. So he uses a non-lethal version of the Joker venom that can be saved on himself to try and get out of the situation. But at the same time, Gordon's attacked by all those insane mental patients because Batman didn't get all of them the first night. All dressed up as clowns, by the way. And back with Bruce, he is being sedated because that's the only way to stop the poison is pretty much slow down your heart. And while in the ambulance, like Alfred's trying to revive him. And he eventually revives them and informs them that they're currently being shot at by a bunch of insane clown men. He suits up, kicks the butt out of the clown men, contacts Gordon that Joker's real plan because he had like a hallucination about like where he blamed everyone for his parents' death. Bruce, he's like, oh, that's Joker's motivation. He's bringing all of Gotham down with him because he got scarred horribly. It's kind of a weird motivation for Joker, but who cares? But like that he would pretty much blame anyone for how he turned out, but maybe this is before he became a complete narcissist. Or he's just a nihilist, I don't really know. So Batman takes a motorcycle and goes to the old reservoir because turns out Joker's already there and is making moves on the place, so he has to rush over there. Gets all the butts of Joker's men, and then goes up to Joker and he's like, hey, stop what you're doing. Joker's like, too late, buddy. I'm gonna do this, and they're all gonna die. There's no stopping me. Batman pushes a button, and the fuel duct for the reservoir is blown up because he placed like C4 there. Joker's like, dude, they're gonna be crippled for weeks. Why would you do that? And he's like, better crippled than than killed. Then Joker and him fight, and Batman pretty much beats the living crap out of him when he has the upper hand. And Joker's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done playing for the day. And then he gets thrown in Arkham. Then Batman and Gordon meet up and are like, well, that was quite the ordeal. How are you feeling, Bats? I feel kind of guilty because it does seem like it was Red Hood that did it, and I kind of threw him into that acid on accident. And Gordon's like, dude, you did not make him in that situation. You not put him there, so that's his own fault. Batman's like, fine, I guess I'll think of it that way. And then the bat signal is shown, showing that Batman is now respected enough by the city of Gotham that they want to call on him for help whenever they need. Cue ending of Batman 89 theme. So that was The Man Who Laughs. It's not really it's more of like you know those movies that the Batman were inspired by, that like Seven. It kind of more reminds me of that, like constant narration, all that jazz. But yeah. And by the way, it was probably the other thing the Dark Knight movie was based on for like the Joker stuff. You know, the broadcasts on live television, the phone calls, all like the hints, the weird. I just want chaos, but I'm actually have a really detailed plan for chaos thing. The only real thing that wasn't really included from that was, you know, Joker Venom. So, guess 89's got over this Joker.